Sierra Alpha Mike. Name here is Sam, and QTH is in the northeast part of Sweden. So back to you, Kilo 1 Golf Mike Mike, Sugar Mike 3 Papa Zulu Golf.
Okay, Sam, Sugar Mike 3 Papa Zulu Golf, Kilo 1 Golf Mike Mike. Thanks for picking up the call, and things are just getting going here. And you're about the same, 5556. I'll give you 56. A little early, but nice to hear you. Name is Steve, Sierra Tango Echo Victor Echo, and the QTH is State of Vermont. 56 into Vermont, Sam, over.
Okay, very good, Steve. Sugar Mike 3 Papa Zulu Golf returning. Very good there, Steve, and thanks for the 5 and 6 from Vermont. And I think I recognize your call. We haven't had QSO before, but I was looking at your QRZ.com page, and I think I have been watching some of your YouTube videos, especially on Anon. I'm using here Andromeda, and running about a kilowatt, and the antenna here is a 6-element dual bander with 2 active elements on this band, and it's up about 20 meters. WX in Sweden this afternoon is overcast, and temperature about -4 degrees Celsius, and we have about I think maybe 1 foot of snow on the ground here, Steve. So that's the story from this side. Kilo 1 Golf Mike Mike, Sugar Mike 3 Papa Zulu Golf.
Okay, Sam. Yeah. Great rigs, aren't they? And a little complicated, but that's okay. Not a big deal. And yeah, good on the snow. We've had just a dusting of snow so far. Kind of unusual because snowmobile season has been open for a while and you can't ride. So mountains are bare, valley floor is bare, nothing but brown so far. I hear that's going to change in the month of January, so we'll see. If I'm going to live up here, it better snow. That's the only reason for living up here. So anyways, yeah, doing a good job. But like I said, things are just opening up, and running here about 500 going out, and it's a little mini doublet that I'm running that covers 17 through 10 meters. It does 6 as well, but 6 is really useless here. So not that good on 6, of course. A beam would be better. Actually, a beam is always better, isn't it? I'm actually recording this, and I decided I'm probably just going to put up 1 video a month at this point because I'm kind of done. You know, there's really nothing else I can cover that I can think of. So I think it's just about operating at this point. So I'm going to compile a bunch of clips and upload those. Maybe, I don't know, maybe a couple a month. So if you don't mind. SM3PZG from K1GMM, over.
Yeah, very good, Steve. K1GMM, SM3PZG returning. Fine copy there, Steve, and your 500 watts, and the doublet is coming over the pole very good, no problem to copy. And are you using Anon, or I think you were using the expert SDR radio, over?
Yeah, I'm on the Sun right now. The Sun is generally my go-to rig just because of the simplicity and predictability. And it's pretty to look at. I know that's kind of demented, isn't it? But it's a beautiful GUI, and I just sit here and stare at it and go, yeah. I guess I don't know. It's fun to look at, right? Yeah, the Anon is kind of. I look at the Anon as kind of like a workhorse, in the sense that it's a tool, just a monster of a front end, right? We all know that. They are monsters. And of course, the diversity side, the noise canceling side, brings it into a different class. I am plagued by noise once in a while, so I'll light that thing up, and boy, I haven't found anything that can't get rid of. Over.
Yeah, QSO Steve, very good. Sugar Mike 3, Papa Zulu Golf returning. Fine copy, and the sound sounds great, and you have very nice audio. And the copy you just find there. And as you say, the Anon thesis, it's very, very complicated. And I don't know how many hours and days and weeks I've spent playing around with the software and learning. But it's very satisfying when you got the station working 100%. And I think I've finally reached that point where I can just switch on the Andromeda and just start the software and work QSOs without entering the setup menu. So I'm very happy with that. I'm not very good on the audio. I've been lazy. I just set the audio up according to W1 Alpha Echo X-ray. And right now I'm using a high microphone with the HC4 microphone element, so it's pretty sharp element. So that's the story from this side there, Steve. Well, okay, I won't keep it. There was nice meeting you for the first time, and I'll be looking on your YouTube videos. I enjoy watching them once in a while, and I look forward to some more. So with that, I'll say thanks for the QSO, Steve. Wish you and your family a Happy New Year, and look forward to working you again next year. And we'll turn it back to you for any final there, Steve. Kilo 1 Golf Mike, Sugar Mike 3 Papa Zulu Golf.
Okay, Sam. Yeah, you're holding up well. I think things are just getting started. So you should have a good morning or good afternoon, I guess, at this point, right? It is 11 after 8 Eastern time here in the morning. So great to meet you, and thanks for taking the time to pick the call up. I always enjoy working your neck of the woods, and it's nice having the shorter wavelengths open, isn't it? I hear stations that don't normally hear some kind of interesting calls here and there, a lot of fun. And I appreciate you there, Sam. And this will probably go up, I would say, within the next few days, maybe by the weekend, if I get enough clips compiled. I've had people contact me and they say, I remember a guy out of Texas. He says, I check your channel every morning because I really enjoy listening to the stations out of Europe. I guess he has a tough time. This was about a year ago. So there are people that kind of look for this, It's kind of fluffy, and I was just listening to a stream by Steve, G0OGS, this morning. And I'm always looking for, in my spare time, if I'm not at the radio, I'd much prefer to listen to some guys yakking, Anyways, I'm dribbling. 7-3, get you on the cluster here. And have a great day. Happy New Year to you, Sam, if I don't talk to you. SM3PZG, K1GM, I'm clear now.
Yeah, very good, Steve. Sugar Mike 3 Papa Golf back for the final. Very good, Steve. And your signal is improving a little bit more. I think propagations are improving, and you're peaking at 5.7, and the stronger your signal gets, the better the audio gets, of course, and the bass tones are coming through very nice, and sounds great on this side. So, okay, Steve, I'm sure I'll see your YouTube videos. I really watch mainstream media anymore, and most of the time I watch TV, mostly YouTube, and your channel pops up once in a while on the TV, so I'm sure I'm going to enjoy more of your videos there, Steve. Keep them coming. Thanks again, Steve. Happy New Year, and we'll see you later. Kilo 1 Golf Mike, Sugar Mike 3, Papa Zulu Golf.
Yeah, thank you, Sam. 7-3, and Happy New Year. K1 GMM, thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Secure Delta X-ray, secure DX. Radio Charlie 7, Kilo Yankee. Radio Charlie 7, Kilowatt Yankee, secure DX. Secure Delta X-ray, secure DX. Radio Charlie 7, Kilowatt Yankee. Radio Charlie 7, Kilo Yankee, secure DX. All set, Europe. Over.
Kilowatt 1 Golf Mike.
Go sign, Radio Charlie 7, Kilowatt Yankee. Radio Charlie 7, Kilo Yankee, over.
Kilowatt 1 Golf Mike.
Kilo 1, Golf Mike, Roger?
Roger, Victor. RC7KY, Kilo 1 Golf Mike. You are 5-8, 58, just barely pushing a 5-9 into state of Vermont. Over.
QSO, Steve, nice to hear you. Kilo 1 Golf Mike, Radio Charlie 7, Kilowatt Yankee. Steve, using your report is a 5657. My name is Victor. QSO, Steve?
QSL there, Victor. Thank you very much. 7-3. Happy New Year and good DX. I'll get you on the cluster. Band is just getting going here. Over.
QSO, Steve. Thank you so much from contact. Nice to meet you. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year from you, from your family. And information about transceiver, YESO Single 1000 Mexico Papa Mars 5 pills, amplifier 800 watts, and antenna handmade foil Batiaga wire beam, full size, Steve, height 45 meters. Microphone back to you, Kilo 1 Golf Mike, RC7KY.
Okay, Roger. We're pushing 400 watts here on a 2-element loop, going northeast, over towards you. Thank you, Victor. Happy New Year. And thanks for picking up the call. Appreciate it. RC7KY, Kilo 1 Golf Mike. All the best. 7-3. Thank you.
Kilo 1 Golf Mike, Radio Charlie 7, Kilo Yankee. Steve, thank you so much from contact. Nice to meet you. Nice to hear you. All the best to your family. Good luck. Good DX. Good weekend from a 40 liter. And Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you, Victor. K1 GMM.
Thank you for QRZ on DX. Radio Charlie 7, Kilowatt Yankee. Over. Secure, beaming to North America. Radio.
And then come out of prison with whatever that paint to.
Oscar Mexico 1 America Victor. Okay, QSL Lubo. Good evening, my friend. 57 in Tenerife. This is Echo America 8.
Very good, Victor. Thank you very much. Just 5 and 5. 5 and 5 into the state of Maine. Mike Echo, the state of Maine. You have the name correct. It is Bill. Very good.
For 758 in Tenerife Norte, okay? Location in La Esperanza, my city La Esperanza 10 kilometers de Santa Cruz de Tenerife of capital. Okay, Lugo, thank you, my friend, for the contact 73. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Okay, Lugo. Oscar Mexico 1, America Victor, Eco America 8, Whiskey Kilo. Thank you, bye-bye. Okay, thank you, Lugo. Bye-bye. Hasta la vista. metros, CQ a 8 Whisky Kilo Canaria.
Charlie Uniform 3.
Charlie Uniform 3.
Yes, Charlie Uniform 3, Charlie Papa.
¿Cómo es el amigo Manuel? Charlie Unión 13, Charlie Papa, muy fuerte, 59 más 15 dBs en Tenerife, ¿cuál es el?
Ok, Eco Alfa 8, Whisky Kilo, Armando, CO3, Charlie Papa, Manuel. Chegando a 20 acima de 9, ok? Muito forte cá por aí, Islandes, a terceira, ok, Roger?
Pues él es de maravilla, Fantástica modulación, Manuel, fantástica modulación. Te recibo 5,9 más 15 dBs en este momento, en el norte de Tenerife. Mi nombre es Hernán, ¿ok? Lo ves en el QRZ, mi nombre es Hernán. Te mando un abrazo, Manuel, gracias amigo por el contacto, congratulaciones por tu estación. Un abrazo para la familia y feliz año 2024. Charlie Unión 13, Canadá, Portugal, Ecoamérica 8, Whisky Kilo, bye bye.
Ok, hermano. Eco Alfa 8, Whisky Kilo, CO3, Charlie Papa. Um abraço para o amigo, a família e bom 24, ok? Um abraço muito forte, modulação ótima, muito bom, ok? Um abraço, 73.
QSL, mucha salud, Manuel. Hasta pronto, chao.
Kilowatt 1, Golf, Mike.
Es Canarias, Ecoamérica 8, Whisky Kilo.
Kilowatt 1, Germany, Mike.
Kilowatt 1.
Kilo 1, Germany, Mexico.
Kilowatt 1, Gulf, Mexico, QSL Steven. Good evening, my friend, 57 in Tenerife, QSL.
QSL, thank you for the 57. Please copy 59. You are 559 into state of Vermont, over.
Okay, QSL Steven. Okay, this is Eco America 8 Whisky Kilo. Eco America 8 Whisky Kilo in Tenerife Island. My antenna in direction Europe, My antenna in direction Europe. The signal is 57, no problem. My name is Hernán. Hotel Eco Radio November, America November. Kilowatt 1, Golf, Mexico, Eco America 8 Whisky Kilo.
Okay, EA8WK, K1GMM. Thank you very much, Herman. We're fine signal. Actually, 59 plus on the last over. I think the band is just getting set up here. Just getting going. 400 watts on a 2-element loop this side going northeast. 7-3. Happy New Year, and thanks for picking up the call, Herman. EA8WK, K1GMM, state of Vermont, over.
Okay, QSL Steven, no problem. Kilowatt 1, Golf, Mexico, Eco America 8 Whisky Kilo. Thank you for the contact, Steven. 73, my friend, and 51 and your family. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Thank you very much. Bye-bye, 73.
7-3, thank you.
EA8WK,
Aló, banda de 40 metros, CQ, aló, 40 metros. Aló, banda de 40 metros, Ecoamérica 8, Whisky Kilo.
Going on there now. The retail ones. They said the day after Christmas.
3 Charlie. Whiskey Golf 3 Charlie. Roger. Okay, it's Whiskey Germany.
KB 1AL.
You still in there, Al? KB1AL, K1GMM.
Test 1, 2. KB 1AL.
KB1AL, I'm looking for you, trying to zero beat you. Kilo 1 Golf Mike over.
Okay, all right, we got you. Let me shut this down here. I have one of the SDRs on, and Golf Michael's all we remember. All right, you got Al here in Connecticut, KB1AL. Back to you.
Hey, Al, what's going on? It's Steve up here in Vermont. Kilo 1 Golf Mike. Been a long time. Hope you had a nice Christmas and look forward to a happy and prosperous New Year. Great signal coming into Vermont. Over.
Yes, of course. The Green Mountain Monster. Yeah. Oh, of course. Yeah, what's going on? And we had a group here, a little off frequency, Steve, on 0.4, and they signed, and so and I had a phone call, so I was led away. And by the time I came back, everybody's gone now. So, geez, I heard you on with the group on 3715 with Pete and Bob in Florida and, of course, Chaz and those guys. I've heard you down there one evening, and that's a good group. And, so we're kind of between 40 and 75 ourselves here. So what's going on? Look at this. You got the picture where you're sailing, doing a little speed sailing. Okay, and I remember the isn't that nice with the dove? But I remember the motorcycle ride, the videos you put out there. Oh, and wait a minute. Steve, I remember the rant on AM about I wonder, did you ever go back? How the hell you been? Green Mountain Monster, KB1AL.
Oh, gosh, dude. Yeah, you're probably scarred for life after that one. Haven't been back, but I've been tempted to get in there and just, down on the lower end, down around 3705. Great guys. Met a lot of really nice people. Kind of miss it, Yeah, boy, I miss those days. I was reminiscing. I just put those pictures on my QRZ page, and I stumbled upon an old video from an old YouTube channel I had up from 2013, speed sailing the old wave. Did a lot of modifications to that. It was one of the fastest, believe it or not, on the planet. I'll tell you what, that boat would haul ass, Johnson. that was a fun ride. Yeah, I really missed that. Not the same guy I was. Took a lot of strength to behave like that, I guess, but went through kind of a difficult time back in 2020, and it kind of changed me. But I'm actually debating on picking up another one. That boat was heavily modified. It is not your standard wave. I set it up strictly for speed sailing, and a lot of fun there. Really, really, you ever do something in your life that you really miss? Well, yeah, that's one of them. Over.
Well, I guess we could all say that. Yeah, I gave up motorcycling. Not as a result of an accident or anything, but I just didn't want to get involved. I didn't want to get wrapped up. And it got to be a little bit of a chore to run it, to keep it going, and a little bit of an expense and all that. And, man, you got some pictures here. Look at all this stuff. Oh, this is great. And I'll have to get back onto your channel and see what's going on. But, I remember the YouTube videos of the motorcycle rides over there. I think you're going to your mom's house on Route 7. Of course, Route 7 is, near and dear to us because when we were in Norwalk, we're on the lower end of Route 7. And boy, they were supposed to build a nice super highway between Norwalk and Danbury, and then go up a little further. And that was a landowner and a group put the kibosh to it. They did they did lawsuits and everything, and they stopped the construction. So it goes back to first a 4-lane road and then a 2-lane road through Ridgefield and down there. And it's like, oh man, it's such a project to go north and south between those locations. But yeah, nice pictures you put up here. Hey, and when you mentioned, all right, on AM, there is a good group up here on 40. I listen to these guys on 7290 and 7280. A good group. And then, of course, on your 3705, yeah, there's our old friend Rich, N2RY, Steve, K1 GFF. And there's a good bunch of guys out of Pennsylvania. So, yeah, it's a different crew.
Yeah, I've spoken to Gordon before. Yeah, I've been meaning to run into him because he's such a music guru. Of course, he's got a massive, just a first class, top tier recording studio there, and I've been stumbling upon some. I'm trying to get my receive side sorted here. I got a little bit of a cluster. Come on, dude. Come into it. Good grief. There we go. We should have that settle the score on that deal. I've stumbled across some material, Al. I'm telling you. You think pop music is dead? Heck no, Johnson. I don't know if you know who Corey Wong is. What this guy does is he surfs the internet and looks around for up-and-coming artists, and then he gets involved with them. His name's Corey Wong. Really, really fun guy. Just a master of composition, production. He got everything he touches is just gold. I'm telling you, it's really fascinating. I've been doing some deep dives into his stuff, and I stumbled upon a guy named Cody Fry. I think his name's Cody Fry. And also, what is the name of that group? Dirty Loops. It's called Dirty Loops. You want to hear something absolutely insane? Corey Wong's involved with that. Type in a Google search on Dirty Loops. I'll tell you what, Al, I'm a big music guy, and I have never heard production like that in my entire life. There's a song called Follow the Light. Follow the Light. And it's by Dirty Loops. Corey Wong is involved in that. And put on a good set of cans, and you listen to the bass guitar. I have never heard a bass guitar player like that in my entire life. This guy makes it look effortless. It's kind of under the radar type stuff, and it is, when you hear it, you'll go, holy crap, it sounds like Michael Jackson. Well, if you were to picture Michael Jackson on steroids, and I'm talking mega steroids, dude, you take the music of Michael Jackson, put it on steroids, and put in the most incredible pop and slap funky bass with the most insane rhythm section, that's what you got. It's fascinating. There is so much good stuff out there, but it's under the radar. The radio stations aren't playing it. Over.
Yeah. Well, I know there's a lot out there on YouTube, and I'll have to look that up. But you know what's funny? Now, I mean, I've got an interest in music. As a kid, I played the accordion. Put everything aside, and then chords because her cousin got an organ, and I got one after that. And she took lessons, and I played on it. And then after a while, we got rid of that, and I got a Yamaha keyboard here, and I haven't played it like since the summer. And all of a sudden, I just got one of these crazy moods yesterday. I put on with the rhythm, and I started out by just banging on the bass. You know, there's a slap bass on there, and just fooling around with it, jazzing it up, doing a few things with it, and then gradually it led into the to the right hand chords, and away I went. I mean, I just was in a world of my own for a good hour plus. And why did I set this down? And it just, and I, all right, reading music and all, that's one thing, but just going off on your own. Now what do you? Okay, you're on the drums mostly, right? But you've done. So you know what I'm talking about. Just going. Never mind the written word. Just go off on your own, and you talk about freedom. Like that's just like riding the motorcycle. What do you think, Steve?
K1GMM, I don't know, Al. I was going to ask you, if you spent a lot of time off of the instrument, how is it coming back in the instrument? I've been off of the drums for a long time. We're talking probably 2010. So that's 13 years. And I can tell you, it's not like riding a bike. All of my fun, I'm actually incredibly frustrated because I have an electronic drum kit set up with a micro studio set up right behind me in the shack. And I've started practicing again. And I'll tell you what, dude, it ain't like riding a bike. All the fine motor skills are gone. It is incredibly frustrating. Of course, that's a long time, right? A long time. 13 years? Are you kidding me? Straight eighth type stuff. Yeah. Yeah, that's workable. But see, I've always played to a click track, since I was very young. So I always had a very good inner clock, and I'll tell you what, I run a click track now, and I have like a little, this old piece of crap PC, that's running a DAW that I bring the electronic drums into, and I put together these keyboard parts and bass parts just to kind of jam to, and practice rudiments and stuff like that, and fills and try and get some of that dexterity back. I'm telling you, dude, it ain't like riding a bike. I am so insanely frustrated and demoralized. You want to talk about a train wreck? Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, I hear you. No, I hear you, and I've been there. But I meant as far as getting lost in the music, as far as doing it. When you get into like a trance or whatever, everything goes away, and it's like it's like. But my problem, what happens to me every time? You see, this is like, I still got the fingers. I for some reason I still got it, but you reach a plateau. And the idea is to try to get past that, and then so I'll go over all my old stuff and then do some chord progressions and different things. And you start getting back to, okay, where I was, and all right, now what's next? I want to go further. And that's where, maybe if I took and you're just playing these different chords just to like have a little musical background. And you know, that I would like to be able to do more of that. But, you know, I mean, after a while, you got to do different songs because otherwise it gets boring. So that's my problem. Each time I've gotten real pumped up about it, and oh, this is great, and it lasts for a few weeks, maybe a month or two, and then after a while, it's like, well, now what else? You know, so you've got to keep doing something more. And otherwise, you lose it. So, but I could understand, boy, there's guys doing drumming, and it's a workout. And of course, there's timing, and there's physical dexterity, you know, and all that kind of stuff. And man, forget about going to the gym. I mean, if you're wailing on your drums like you used to, you don't need to go to the gym. How about it, Steve? KB1AL.
K1GMM. If there's anybody that'd like to join us, please do. I'll leave a break for you. As Tom Bodette would say. No, you're right. You're right. That's the one thing I've noticed is that when you come back, right? You come back, well, you try to force things and you forget about proper technique, and you can develop a lot of fatigue. You know, in your wrists, you can tend to death grip, the sticks, stuff like that, to try to, subconsciously, you're trying to force yourself to do what you did before. It doesn't work like that. What'll end up happening is you'll get really severe fatigue, and everything goes to hell in a handbasket. So you have to, what I've actually started doing, and this is the part that's not frustrating, it's actually pretty exciting, is that I've been practicing dexterity from the aspect of working on things that I was never able to do before, because I'm kind of looking at it starting from ground zero again. Even though I have some skills there, yes, I have hand and feet coordination to a certain extent, right? But getting my left and right hands to behave independently of each other. So let's say, you're doing a shuffle. We've all heard the song Rosanna by Toto, right? You remember the song Rosanna? If you're not a drummer, you don't really understand what Jeff Porcaro was doing. That was like a revolutionary song in the drumming community, because that's a shuffle beat, but he was doing an insane level of ghost notes. And even Simon Phillips, who filled in for Toto for years, was never able to really replicate that beat, so there was some like 16th note ghost notes. Were they 8th note or 16th note? 16th note. Ghost notes on his left hand, and it was completely seamless. It was beautiful when you listen to that beat, and if you were to listen to it in a set of cans, it's phenomenal. It's a Jeff Porcaro signature, so that's kind of where I've been. All the things that I kind of didn't care about before, I figured, what the heck? I'm 59 years old. Maybe I can learn something new. KB1AL, K1GMM. Yeah. I mean, that's the spice of life, right? To get into something different, something new instead of a routine. But yeah, remember that you had a video there. You had the drum set right behind your rig there. And I remember your videos, and there you had your setup there behind you. But yeah. Well, it's a little easier with the keyboards. You're just doing your fingers. But even there, of course, there's we're not all Rudish. Jordan Rudash or whatever his name is. The guy. Well, I mean, what chops he's got? Oh my God! And with what is it? Dream Street, Dreamweaver, whatever his band is, and he's big with the keyboards. The speed is unbelievable, and he's right up there with age. But
Jordan Rudash, unbelievable keyboardist, and he's the type of guy. That's like, it reminds me of the video where they showed it was about Elton John, where he goes into the teacher's studio. The teacher's playing some sort of, like a Beethoven symphony kind of music on the piano. And he could go over to his piano over here, and copy that exactly and play the same thing, just hearing it once, and it's like, good God. I mean, some of these people are just so out there. They got so much talent. It's like, what? It demoralizes you because you can't copy that. You can't do that. And yet some people can't. The whole thing is amazing how some people are born with that ability and it could just take off in something like that. It's amazing. It's amazing. But anyway, I better go. I hear the DX is coming in, and we're going to be overshadowed by Europeans. But great to hear you, Steve. Yes, like I say, I've heard you around different places up the bay. What a good group up there. I think I've heard you up on 7222. Those guys there with Brian and Roger and those guys. And those guys at night on 3715. We try to get in on 3940, but I'm not able to make it all the time after about 10:30. Yeah, I know those guys on 3705, the AMers. The only thing with AM, boy, that plays hell on the equipment, doesn't it? The stuff gets hot, But whenever I hear Gordon, though, I listen in. Him and KBW there. They have some good and then Gordon when Gordon gets into talking about studios and everything, it's like, wow, you got to listen because yes, you're talking first class equipment. He was talking about going out to California, and I'm glad he's staying for the time being. He's got that studio there. He's got another one in the city. Of course, now he's recouping. You heard about. I guess he had an intestine got twisted up from a hernia, and so he's recovering now. So he's on the mend. He's doing good, and so he's got more time on the radio. So he's been out there at 3885, and with those guys. Just about any time you'll hear him, but he's on the mend. He's doing better. Trying to come back from life-saving surgery, actually. So he's had some, health issues over the years. Man, as we get older, Steve, look out. You just got to be. I was just talking to my cousin on the phone, and she took a fall from the bottom step of the stairway going downstairs, and just bruised herself up. Fortunately, didn't get anything broken, but you don't get banged. That's why I gave up the motorcycle. I said, that's enough. Time to set it aside. Just don't get banged up. All right, Steve, let me get going here. The wife's got some health issues. I got to check up on her and see how she's doing and get some dinner going here. But good to hear you. I didn't catch you at first because I didn't have my headphones on. But in fact, I was listening on one of the SDRs how the audio is. I'm using an Audio Technica mic here. So I just switched over to it last week, and I think I'm getting some pretty good reports with it. So you might comment how we sound over there. So let me get going here, but great to hear you, Steve. Looking forward to catching you again. So take care. K1GMM, KB1AL here.
Yeah, always fun, Al. I'm so glad I got to catch you. I wish you a Happy New Year. Boy, I got so much. You are just a wealth of information. It's sorry to hear about Gordon. That's awful. I guess he's on the mend, you said. So that's good. Yeah, he's top echelon. He's talked to me. He's asked me about the studio. I'm like, dude, seriously, this is a basement butcher shop. I mean, I worked with just little folk and rock R&B ensembles everywhere from New York, Manhattan, all the way up here. All small groups, No. Anything I've done is a joke. And that's true. That's true. I can't believe you know Jordan Rudess. Really, dude? Jordan Rudess, one of the monsters of keyboards of our entire lifetime. I can't believe you know who that is. Dream Theater. I'll tell you what, you want to hear something amazing, and I'll end it with this. No, I can't play like him. Although a lot of the fills that I do, I raped and pillaged from him. Type in Rudess Morgenstein Project in YouTube. Rod Morgenstein, voted best progressive rock drummer 5 consecutive years in a row by Modern Drummer magazine. The guy is off the freaking rails. I have his drum set. I bought his drum set from Creative Music in Wethersfield immediately after a drum clinic that he did in Creative Music in Wethersfield, Connecticut. And I walked in there. I'll try and keep this short. And I looked at these drums. They're Black Shadow Premiers. And I thought, that's Morgenstein's kit. So I said to the guy behind the counter, I was in there all the time, man. This is when I lived in Connecticut back in the late 80s. And I said, where'd you get that? He says, Morgenstein turned it in after his clinic last night or whatever. I said, what? He says, yeah, they're sending him a new prototype kit from Premier out of England. And he just gave it to us. They said, do with them what you want. I said, well, what are you doing? You selling them? He says, yeah. I said, how much you want for them? He goes, $2,400, $5,400 worth of shells, dude. And I said, put my name on those. I'll be right back. I went to the bank, took out for $2,400 cash, walked in and bought them. And they're sitting here in my shack ever since. No joke. And I have an autographed card from him he plays for the Dixie Dregs. Type in Rudess Morgenstein Project. Check that crap out. Yeah, that's freaking off the rails, man. Anyways, we'll catch you later, Al. Have a good evening and Happy New Year. K1GMM. Always fun. You know that.
All right, I will check that. Oh yes, I've followed Jordan Rudess for a while. Oh my God, he does one. Oh, maybe you saw this. He does a video where he's going through his studio and he's got about 20 keyboards. And he does one. He says the first thing he learned was something about little stuff. He did the kids version of When You Wish Upon a Star or whatever, some stupid kids song, and then he played it his way, and it's like, oh my God, this guy's nuts. And he said he did that when he was like 8 years old, and it just went on from there. No, he is so incredible. Yes, Dream Theater and all that. And he's got that those keyboards that come up from the ground, and it's way out there. Well, my son saw him play, and I wish I was down there in Bridgeport. There's an open theater down here. They tried the baseball venue, and it didn't work out. They turned it into a theater where you could see these guys. They put in some great acts over there. You can have $15 or $25, and so my son saw me. He said, "Oh, just Dream Theater." It was just outrageous. So no, yes. If you're a fan of keyboard, you know Jordan Rudess. And there's so many others there. Good God, there's this Spanish kid. Oh, geez, they're at the YouTube videos. They're at these shows, and there's that black kid who plays the organ. Geez. No, I love that stuff, Steve. All right, we'll look this up with the Morgenstein. That's something. You got the drums, holy man, and you kept them. You didn't. That's what these musicians do. They need money. They go sell it off, and then, oh my God, why did I do this? So All right, let me get going here, Steve. But great to catch you. We'll have to continue. You know how we end these? We say, to be continued. That's how we do it. We'll see you later. Happy New Year, Steve. We'll look for you again for sure. Take it easy. KB1AL.